Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to a new video. So this video is going to be my updated soft glam flawless base makeup routine. So let's just get right into it. So recently I've gotten quite a number of new products from January till now. I've gotten quite a lot of new makeup, so I've just been like playing around with makeup, perfecting my base, trying out new products, trying out a new routine. And I feel like at this point I've mastered my base routine enough to share it with you guys. And you guys, this base is flawless. And before we get started, my name is Vanessa, and if you've not seen me before, if you're new to this channel, hey girl, hey boy, make sure you subscribe. So first off, my skin prep routine has changed. The first product I'm going to be using on my face today is this MAC Hyper Real moisturizer. I did an ad with them some time ago and I really love this product, and I've been using it ever since. I honestly used to shy away from like thicker moisturizers and thicker creams because I have very oily skin, but this moisturizer surprisingly doesn't make me oily or greasy. It just sinks right into my face. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, there are some moisturizers or creams that would make your skin feel like a grease ball. Literally, like immediately you just finish moisturizing, it feels like your face is already oily. So my moisturizer has sunk into my skin enough. I'm now going to prime my face. This is the Black Up Matte Definition Primer, and this has been my go-to primer for some time now. It is very matte, hence why I really have to moisturize so my skin has something to grip onto. My skin has moisture to hold on to while the surface layer is mattified with this primer, because this primer is matte, and if you don't moisturize your skin very well, your skin is going to feel super dry. I'm just going to apply this now mostly on my T-zone area around here and my forehead. These are the places where I tend to get the most oily. So I just apply this like this and here. I avoid my under eyes. I don't apply mattifying primers underneath my eyes because it's going to make the concealer underneath your eyes crack. So don't apply mattifying primers underneath your eyes. I let this sink into my skin also while I do my brows. To do my brows, I'll be using this brow pomade or brow gel. It's from the brand Beyond Beauty. I take a spoolie brush and I just brush my brow hairs into place, and I just go on and outline. I just use it to fill in my brows and give myself very light strokes. Yeah, just like this. And I take this brow gel from Sigma Beauty. This is what it looks like. It's a clear, like a clear mascara for your brows. Yeah, this is what it looks like. So I just take this and I use this to brush my brow hairs into place. Because even though my brows are like very scanty, they can be quite unruly sometimes, which is very annoying. So I just take this and brush my brow hairs into place. You can see the mattifying primer has really done its work. All around my skin is mattified except my under eyes where I didn't put the primer. To clean up and conceal my brows, I still use my trusty old LA Girl Pro Concealer. I love this concealer so much. This is in the shade Chestnut, by the way. It's very close to my skin tone, which is why I like it. So I just take some and put it on the back of my hand. Then I start to clean up my brow. I like a very crisp and sharp and neat brow, and I can't talk when I'm doing this, so just watch. To do the top part, I like to just take a foundation. I just take the foundation and I go very gently. So brows are done now. It's time for foundation. For foundation, the foundation I have been loving recently is this NARS Soft Matte Foundation. This is what it looks like. I'm in the shade Namibia. This foundation, you guys, thebump.com. It is quite expensive. It's not cheap, but it's totally worth the money. 100% worth it. But if you cannot get this, or if you cannot afford this, the Juvia's Place foundation is another very full coverage foundation that is matte, great for oily skin. If you have very oily skin like me, you're going to love this. I like this NARS foundation because it is very liquidy and matte. Like, it's very rare to see a foundation, a matte foundation that is liquidy. Can you see how it's just like running? I love it so much. Oh, okay. I think I've applied too much now. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I applied too much foundation. But you guys, can you just one swipe? Can you see the coverage? Can you see it? Oh, if you have dry skin, you can try the NARS the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I feel like that one is more suitable for dry skin because my friend that has dry skin loves it a lot. So I don't really like to put much foundation on my forehead, so I just take the excess from on the brush and I use this on my forehead. This is going to, cover the rest of my, this is going to cover my forehead, the rest on the brush. So I just go. I like to take my beauty sponge or beauty blender and go over my foundation anytime I finish blending to remove any lines that might be caused by the brush. But there's literally no lines on my face. I'm just used to doing this, so I like to do this. And if there's any excess foundation on my face, this is also going to pick it up. So I always like to do this after I blend my foundation. I like to do my contour next after my foundation. For contour, I've been using this Cosmetics stick for a while now. This is what it looks like inside. And it's almost finished even. So I just go a little bit above my cheekbone, just here. The same thing on this side. And sometimes I do my forehead, sometimes I don't. Today I'm feeling a little bit extra, so I'm just going to do a little bit on my forehead. I just take another foundation brush. I can use either the same foundation brush I used earlier or another one, just whatever my hand touches. So I take this and I blend my contour upwards, just like this. So I also blend my forehead upwards as well. To contour my nose, I always like to use a brush because I feel like just applying the contour on your nose directly can be quite a lot. So I like to use a brush. It gives me like a very soft contour, soft nose contour. I just take this brush and I take some contour products like this, and then I use this and start sculpting my nose. So I just go in a Y shape from the top of my brows, this front part of my brows here, like this, and I go down in a Y shape, and then when I get here I just curve it like this. So this is how I have been doing my nose contour recently. To conceal my face, you guys know I always do 2 concealers. Like, that hasn't changed. Nothing has changed concerning that. I always do one that is very close to my skin tone, and for that I'm going to be using the same LA Girl Pro concealer I used earlier in the shade Chestnut, and I'm going to use this as my first highlight shade. So I'm just going to apply this almost out of this thing. And to get this particular shade Chestnut is very, very hard. I don't know why. So I just take this and apply, and I do my chin, also my upper lip, and a little bit on my forehead. So with this, I don't really bother leaving it to sit. I just blend immediately. So I'm just going to just take my sponge and blend. This LA Girl Pro concealer is actually a very good concealer. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it anymore, but it's still a really, really good concealer. Like, it has such great coverage for the price. Wow. It's an OG for a reason. Now for my second concealer, this one is a newbie to the game or to the family. It's not a newbie to the game, but it's a newbie to me. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, also in the shade Chestnut. This concealer, you guys see, the makeup girlies did not lie. The makeup gurus did not lie when they said this concealer is one of the best concealers like ever. Literally, it's literally one of the best. Like, it is so freaking good. I'm just going to apply and let you guys be the judge of it. So I just like to take this and apply right here, and I bring this on towards my nose. So the same thing here. Then I bring it outwards a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. A dot here on my chin, a dot here, a dot on my forehead, and then the bridge of my nose, down the bridge of my nose. Just bring this and just spread it, because I like a highlighted look. Okay, I'm going to leave this to sit, and while it sits, I'm going to do cream blush. For cream blush, I've been using the Rare Beauty blush. Before I go into cream blush, a very good alternative to the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, if you cannot afford or get that, this Nuba Beauty In My Skin concealer. This concealer is amazing. It is great. It is full coverage. The only problem I have with this concealer is the fact that it dries really fast. So if you're applying it, you need to blend fast. This is not a concealer that you leave to sit. I cannot leave this concealer to sit the way I leave this Too Faced Born This Way one to sit on my face. It's going to dry up and I'm not going to be able to blend. So blend immediately you apply and set. And the good thing about it is that once it's set, it's not going anywhere, it's not moving, it's not creasing, and I really love that about this concealer. I've been using the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Graceful. It is a red shade which I usually do not gravitate towards. I don't usually use red blushes, but there's just something about this one that gets me. Another blush that I really like and I use quite often is the GLAM liquid blush in the shade Risky Business. This one is also like a, I don't know, no, is it? No, Risky Business is not it. Okay, I think this is the shade Rose Ritual. See, I never can tell between these blushes. They all look the same and I use them interchangeably without knowing which one I'm using. But anyways, these GLAM liquid blushes or cream blushes are also very, very good. So I just take this one now and I use like 2 dots of it on each side of my face. I don't use too much because this thing is very pigmented. So I just take my brush and I blend this, keeping it just above my contour. I don't want to spread it too much. So I'm trying to keep it just in the same place that I placed it. I feel like I want to add like one more dot-ish. Let's not be that this is the dot that is not going to spoil my whole makeup, but let's blend. Now it's time to blend out my concealer. I'm going to start by blending here. And now I'm going to blend my under eyes. So I think I've blended enough. I like to now take the brush I used to blend my contour and use that to just blend out the sides of my face or the perimeter of my face to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. I either use the brush I used to blend my contour or the brush I used for my foundation. I'm also going to re-intensify my cream blush with the same brush. I'm not adding anything, I'm just blending on top. Before I go into set, I like to just use my nose contour brush, the same brush I used to contour my nose. I'm not adding any product, just what's left on the brush. And I like to redefine my nose contour. Yeah. Now, how you set your concealer and the rest of your face is very, very important also. I like to use a pressed powder to set my under eyes first before I go in with a loose setting powder. So this pressed powder is from Cycle Cosmetics. This is their Skin Fit Compact Powder. I like to use this because it's very smooth and it just sets my under eye flawlessly and very nicely. I like to take a brush, this dome-shaped brush. I have my mirror here and I have my beauty sponge here. I'm going to blend one last time before I set. So I'm going to look up and blend. Yeah. To ensure I don't have any creases, I'll take my powder, dust off the excess, and set. Now this under eye is set. I'm going to do the same on this one now. So look up, blend one last time. And then set. So I just like to take this and now set the rest of my face everywhere I put concealer basically. So I just set, set. Now after setting my under eyes with a pressed powder now, my favorite powder to bake with or further set with is this Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Kunafa. See, when I tell you the makeup girl is the beauty girl, they really do not lie about this product. These products are not just overhyped. They are actually really good. So I like to take this powder and a little powder puff. This is not the popular triangle powder puff. This is the regular powder puff that comes with your face powder most of the time. This is what it looks like. This one came with a pressed powder. So I just take the powder like this, the puff like this. I put my hand in it. It's from Huda Beauty. Yeah. Then I take my powder like this. Make sure it is like evenly distributed throughout the puff. And then I go into set again. This is just going to lock my under eye in place and make sure there is no creasing or anything like that. So I take this and set. I also go over my cream blush a little bit with this to reduce any shininess there. I set my chin. I also blend out my eyelids because I brought a little bit of concealer there and set it with this powder as well. So this powder goes almost all around my whole face. Then I'm going to set my face next now with this MAC Studio Fix powder. This is my skin tone face powder. I cannot even open it for you guys. Okay, let me open it and try to show you because it's broken, if you can see. I like to take this and set the rest of my face with this. I just pat this powder all over my whole face, over my contour, my cream blush, everywhere. This powder goes everywhere except my under eyes because I don't want to dull my highlights that I've done. So I don't put this there, but I put this on my forehead and basically everywhere. Now that my whole face is set, I'm now going to bronze my face and further sculpt my face using this bronzer from M Cosmetics. This is what it looks like inside. This is their sculpting powder bronzer. I just like to take a brush, a small fluffy brush, and use this to further sculpt my face and add some warmth also to my face because I've done contouring already, so I don't really need that much definition. I just need some warmth around the perimeter of my face. And then I take a flat blending brush and I use this to do my nose. I'm going to take that same Huda Beauty powder and I'm going to bake with this. So I'm going to take it here like this and then I'm going to sculpt the sides of my nose. Okay, this is like that. So just like this, same thing here. I don't really like to bake too much except I'm doing like a very heavy glam look, which I'm not. So I just take the powder, and I don't really bake. I don't bake with a lot of powder, and I don't bake for too long. So I just make my chin underneath my eyes, and then a little bit underneath my contour. I just use it to sculpt, do some extra sculpting. Yeah, same on this side. So I take my powder brush and I dust off the powder on my chin and the one underneath my cheekbones, because I don't like to bake those areas. I just use the powder to sculpt those areas. I'm not actually baking those areas. So I do the same here. So for my eyes, I'm going to take this eyeshadow palette from Honey Beauty. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to use these 3 brown shades over here. These 3 brown shades here, like this. I like to do more neutral brown looks, neutral toned looks for a day-to-day look and for my soft glam looks. So I just take the first brown eyeshadow, which is this one right here. I take this brown shadow right here, and that is what I'm using for my crease. And I'm blending that into my nose contour. This just, unifies the whole thing. I'm going to take the darker brown one. It's only going to be at these outer corners of my eyes. And then for my main lid color, I'm going to take the last light brown shade here. And I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. I'm going to take this lighter, almost white shade right here. I'm going to put this on top, a little bit on top of this shadow I'm using right now, to lighten it up a bit, because I feel like it's getting a bit too dark for my liking. Taking a small brush, I'm going to take the first brown shade and smudge that underneath my eyes. I'm going to take some black gel liner. This one is just a random one I got from the supermarket, and I'm going to give myself a nice wing. So I just did my wing liner, and I'm going to put on these lashes from the brand Missmetics in the style Kali. It's a very pretty, nice, fluffy lash. It's quite big, but I love it regardless. It's very light. So my lashes are on, and you can see they are quite dramatic, but I love them regardless. So I'm going to dust off the bake now underneath my eyes, and I'm taking the same pressed powder that I used to set my under eyes earlier, and I'm going to use this to just press in the powder. Press it in, press it in, press it in. I'm going to be doing blush now. This is the Juvia's Place Blush Duo. Yeah, this is in the shade Volume 6. It's the orange one, like this. So I'm going to take this top orange one here, and I'm going to just dust off any excess, and I'm going to start applying the blush. I love orange blush for my everyday looks because it's just very warm. Like, it gives that very nice warmth that I like to my face. Warmth and color. Can you see the difference in this side and this side? Love it so much. So I just do this. Then I like to take a little bit of that blush on my forehead too, to give me some more warmth over there. And I'm going to line my lips first of all with this M Cosmetics lip liner. It's a very nice brown lip liner that I love so much, and I'm running out of, and I'm so sad. I'm I'm going to take this gloss from Glass Gloss. It's a very shimmery pink gloss. It's in the shade Birthday Cake. So I just take a little bit of this and put all over my lips. Oh no, not all over my lips, only the center. Then I take this brown gloss from ZK Cosmetics. It's in the shade Earth. So I take this and just line my lips with it. And then I'm going to finish it off with this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Focus, please. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. It's the plumping lip gloss. I like it a lot. This just completes the whole lip for me. And I like to apply a lot of this one because it's very shiny. And then don't forget to do this so your lipstick or lip gloss doesn't stain your teeth. To set my face and make sure my makeup doesn't move, I like to use 2 sprays. So I use this Kiss Beauty Fixing Spray first. This is just like a melting and finishing spray. It's going to like melt the powders and, you know. So I fan this and let it dry. Then I use this One Size setting spray to lock everything in place. Like, this will ensure your makeup doesn't move an inch all through the day. Like, my makeup lasts the whole day. So you guys, this is the end of the video. This is the finished look. This is what my makeup looks like. So cute, so flawless, but yet super soft, super glam, and yeah, very pretty. So this is a flawless base that is going to last you the whole day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.